Okay, it's time for a 2-mile run. My emotional support pig, my moral support, she's here. She followed me up the trail and she's got some zoomies of her own, but Daddy has been instructed to look after her because when I take off running, she won't be able to keep up. Anyway, today is a 2-mile road run. It's the first time I'm trying to do a 2-mile road run because I can't believe I'm going to say this, but I, perhaps against my better judgment, am training for a marathon. I started marathon training back in December of 2024, and I picked the marathon that was the furthest away. I'm training for a marathon in December of 2025. It's the St. Jude Memphis Marathon. So I gave myself as much time as possible because I'm not a runner and I've never been a runner. So I'm a runner now, but I'm definitely a beginner. And that's why today we're going for 2 miles. We'll see if we make it. Okay, bye Piglet. I love you. It has to run now, okay? Here comes Daddy now. I bet he's gonna come get you. Hello, welcome back to my channel. I'm Lonnie. I'm in my classroom this evening. It's after dark. I'm not usually in my classroom at night, but it is spring break. There's no one else here, so it is the perfect time to film. Earlier today, I went for a 2-mile run and I almost hit my goal, which was very exciting. But I wanted to sit down and tell you a few things about marathon training. I can't even believe I'm saying that. I'm training for a marathon. I've not been a runner. I'm a runner now, but I'm a beginner. I've never been a runner before. So this is all very new to me, but I'm really enjoying it. I have some of my running essentials that I'm gonna show you. So let's just jump right in. The first thing that is sitting in front of me is this Orgain organic protein powder. This one is actually empty. I'm about to put my oats in it because I have a giant bag of Costco oats and it's not a resealable bag, but I want to start making protein waffles with those oats and with my new container of protein powder. I have found that as a neurodivergent person, I benefit greatly from having protein in the mornings instead of caffeine. And because I'm running and because I'm now working out 4 to 5 times per week, I need as much protein as I can possibly get. I don't eat a lot of meat. I do eat some, but it's not super frequent. I really like making these with oat milk, the Oatly oat milk, but I've used other brands in the past. I've also used the similar version of this that you can get at Kroger. This is a plant-based protein. That's important to me. I am trying to go back to being plant-based. I was a vegetarian for 10 years. I'm not anymore, but I'd like to return to that at some point. It just probably won't happen until after I get this marathon under my belt. The marathon is in December, and it is the St. Jude Marathon in Memphis, Tennessee. Again, I've never run a marathon, so when I decided in December of 2024 that I wanted to shoot for this goal in 2025, I've just picked the marathon that would give me the most lead up time, like the most time to train, and that was the December, it's like the first weekend of December, I think, usually, in Memphis. So that is the marathon that I'm training for. Can you tell I'm excited? I started going to the gym last year in August of 2024. It was just for like my mental health. I wanted a consistent habit. I wanted a consistent routine. I wanted to take care of myself. But I'm also a person who likes to set scary goals. I try to pick a couple things per year that I'm actually not sure I'll be able to achieve, like really big stretch goals. And for me, going from not running at all to running a marathon was a huge stretch goal. One of the other things that I've been using as I train, this is actually dirty. I wore it earlier today on my 2-mile run, but I wanted to show them to you because I really love them. So this is the front zip Victoria's Secret. You can see the zipper there in front. Sports bra. It's very breathable. It's very stretchy. There's like ventilation in it. It's very comfortable. It doesn't rub at all. One thing I love about it is that it gives me, like, it's not hot. It doesn't make me sweaty like wearing a t-shirt would, but I don't feel like I'm spilling out. I just really love it. It's really comfortable. I find that it gives me really great support. I have it in black and now red. I asked for 1 set for Christmas and 1 set for my birthday in February, and I'll probably be getting a couple of more in other colors because I just really like it. Oh, one more thing before I get started. I went to put on my sunglasses today and the temple totally just broke off. So they're duct taped on for this run. I'll have to order a new pair when I can afford it. But in the meantime, hey, baby, duct tape works. Mile 1. Furthest I've ever run from the house. Probably gonna have to take a walk break. That's all right. Let's just keep going. I wanted to show you my running shoes. These are also dirty. because I wore them today on my run. And then I also wore them on a mile hike that includes creek crossings, which is kind of why I picked the shoes that I did. So these are these are GORE-TEX Nikes. They're waterproof Nikes. I got them because I don't know anything about running shoes. I'm, again, very new to this sport, to this hobby. I don't know anything about it, but I knew that I would also be wearing them on days like today where we are out on a trail walk where I would be stepping in the creek. So they're actually still damp from that walk, like the toe of them is damp. And there's the GORE-TEX logo and the Nike logos on the other side. Anyways, I understand that these may not be the perfect running shoes. I just didn't know what to pick, so I went with the brand that I trusted for now, with functions that mattered to me for now. We also have potholes on our roads here that have puddles in them when it rains, so it was just, like I said, really important for me to have something that was waterproof, because I knew that I would be running both on the treadmill inside and outside on the road, and also walking on trails. These are really, I think, gonna come in really handy because I'm actually running my first 5K next month. April 12th is the Snake Tail 50. That's here on the farm in Summertown, Tennessee, and I'm going to run the 5K. So there's like a 50-mile ultra, there's a marathon, I think there's a half marathon, there's a kid loop, and then there's also the 5K, which is what I'm going to be running. Which is why today I was going for that 2-mile mark, because I need to get a few 3-mile runs under my belt before I do that 5K next month, or at least that's my goal. As someone who doesn't have a coach, I'm new to this. Maybe that isn't the best training plan. That's just my current training plan because I'm doing what I know. And so I think these shoes are gonna be really helpful because that is a trail 5K. Which is part of the reason why I was excited to go out on the trails today. There are several miles of trails where we live. I love hiking, I love being outdoors. That marathon and that 5K event next month is gonna be outside on trails. Let's see, I've also been, no, here they are. There's just, there's a pocket on either side of my Trader Joe's mini tote, and I was looking in the wrong pocket. I've also been using my husband's Beats wireless headphones. I think they're the Beats Pro. I've had Beats in the past and I really liked them. I used to work for Apple, so that's nothing new to me. I really like Beats. I like Beats products. What I like about these is that they have the hook, right, that goes over your ear. The sound quality is really nice. I like that they still work with Siri. I like that there's the pause button on the side. So I think these are really great headphones. I started using them once I started road running because I had been using AirPods. And I have them with me. These are the headphones that I had, just your standard AirPods, and they work just fine if you're at the gym. But if you're road running, and they happen to fall out of your ear, to be fair, mine rarely fall out of my ear. They are not as comfortable perhaps as the Beats, but they don't fall out of my ear. But I knew that if that happened while I was road running, they could fall into a puddle or they could get run over. I could step on them or just lose them or whatever. So I wanted something that was better for road running, and my husband had this pair, so I've been using them. I've been thinking about getting the shocks, the open shocks. I went out to a show last night with a friend in Nashville, and she had the open shocks because she's a runner, and I got to test them out myself, and that was really cool because I've never used bone conducting headphones. But I'm really starting to turn into a little bit of a gearhead. I'm like in the beginning phases of it. I'm like, ooh, let me learn about shoes. Let me learn about, shocks, open headphones. So those are the headphones that I'm currently using. I made it 1.75 miles. I'm gonna walk the rest. Started to feel a little faint. Don't want to hurt myself. It's all right though. I just pushed my body further than I ever have, and I'm proud, and that's what matters. Hell yeah. I'm also gonna show you, I'm actually wearing this right now. So this is another gift, if you will, or borrow from my husband. This is a World Bio ice pack. It has the 3 Velcro tabs on the back, and the ice pack just slides in. There's actually 2 in here right now. I have been getting shin splints, or at least, to be clear, I'm gonna put this on my other leg now because my ice time is up on my... To be more precise, I have been having a lot of shin pain that I think coincides with the symptoms of shin splints. I would say that I have a relatively moderate to high pain tolerance, and I tend to be able to push through things. So for example, the first time I ever ran longer than a mile, I ran 1.25 miles on the treadmill. And of course my shins, the day that I'm like scared and I'm nervous to run my longest mile, my mile was a breeze from a cardiovascular point of view. I was like, oh wow, like I'm doing really great. But of course, that was the day that my shins started hurting really bad. So I took a week off from running actually. I kept going to the gym. I was doing like stair climber. I was doing lifting. I was doing hip mobility and glute strength, like different strength and mobility exercises instead of running. So I was still working out, but I wasn't running. Like I'm back to running now in the gym and on the road. But I am still having very slight shin discomfort. It's not as bad as it was that day. That day that it hurt really badly, that made me think that was a sign to take a quick break. It was the worst shin pain I'd ever had. I don't have the money right now or the health insurance to like go to a doctor, get x-rays, do a workup. So I'm just trying to be as cautious and careful as I can. And I was like, well, if I'm having pain and I think it might be this thing, let me just back off for a minute. I don't want to make it worse. Because I'm new to running, what I really can't afford is to have to take like 2 to 3 months off. Like if I really got like a stress fracture or I was really in pain, I just can't afford a long-term break because my, marathon is coming up in December and I'm so new to this. So I really wanted to be able to keep running. So that's why I took a week off from running. And now I ice my shins every day, even on days when I don't run. Today I ran. This is the second time today that I've iced my shins. I leave it on for 7-8 minutes on one leg and then move it over to the other leg and then vice versa. Like I ice my shins while I'm playing Rocket League. I also ice my shins after each run. So like when I get home, I'll put this ice pack back in the freezer and then I'll probably use it again before I go to bed, and that way I can ice my shins 3 times. Again, I don't know like the best solution for all these things. I don't even know if I have shin splints. That's just what it seems like based on the several hours of research that I've done. And talking to other people who are athletes and runners, and they're like, yeah, that's probably what you have. I'm learning as I go. I'm trying to learn how to take care of my body. These are all new skills and new considerations for me. But I actually don't find that scary or bad. I have really been enjoying this journey. I really enjoy running. I find that it helps my mental health so much. It's an outlet for me. Sometimes like today it gets really tough and I have to talk myself through it. Like that last mile coming back, it was really hot today, by the way, and it was sunny and I was sweaty and I could tell my face was red, and I was like, I can do this all day. I got this, baby. Let's go. I can do this all day. So it's not to say that it's easy, and I'm such a baby runner, right? Like here I am celebrating 2 miles and I'm well aware that I'm going to have to be able to run 26.2 in December. So I've got a lot of volume to build up, but my current training plan outline sort of is to run this 5K next month in April, and then to be able to run a half marathon by July or August, and then to keep adding 3 or 4 miles every month until November. If I can hit like 23, 24, 25-ish miles is what I'm hoping for, maybe early to mid-November, then I'll start a taper so that I get plenty of rest and recovery time. I want at least 3 weeks of rest and recovery taper time before the actual marathon. So that's my current plan. Someone was like, do you have a running coach? I was like, nope, it's just me and my Apple Watch. I have thought about getting a Garmin. I'm not opposed to it. I'm just on a really limited budget because I'm a teacher. And not only am I a teacher, but I teach at a very small private rural school. I need to get a running vest. I really want a running vest before the 5K in April because, look, I understand that some runners are like, I can run 12 miles. I don't need it, whatever. I think that I will need a running vest, and I will want some kind of just hydration, just water, coconut water, whatever, just to be able to sip on, because it's going to be even hotter than it was today. In Tennessee, I'm sure everyone knows, it gets hot and humid real quick. And this is also going to be a trail run, not just a road run. The roads here are hilly, right? Like when I'm training on the roads, I'm going up and down hills, which I think helps a lot in terms of just like upping my cardiovascular ability. But a trail run is significantly more difficult, and that's what this is going to be. I want my running vest before the 5K, so if you have recommendations, hit me. I've heard the Amazon one is just as good as the Lululemon running vest, but I don't know that for sure. I've also seen that some people are seeing maybe an Adidas one, like there is a name brand one maybe that's at Marshall's right now. So if you know about that, let me know. And in general, like if you're a runner, if you follow running content creators, like please let me know. Who should I be watching? Not to be hateful, but I do generally enjoy watching female runners more often, although I identify as non-binary. I think that, you know, female creators are more helpful for my body type. They also are more aware of the issues and the cycle phases that I go through as a, you know, as a runner. So I really tend to gravitate toward and really enjoy like female running content. It just is more relevant for me, that's all. But if you have content creators that I need to be checking out, please let me know. If there are books, if there are podcasts, if there are YouTube videos, if there's any gear, tech, equipment that you want me to know about, like, please let me know, because I don't know what I'm doing. Like, to be clear, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, I cannot, let me say it again. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just trying my best. So maybe you have some expertise or even just some positivity to share with me, because I would really appreciate it. I think that's really, you know, the gear chat that I have. I'm still building up my gear as we go. I figure I'm gonna need a new pair of running shoes soon, maybe by June or July. I've been looking at Hoka's. Like, I have a friend who runs, and she's in her 60s, and she runs like 14 miles. Like, she just runs a half marathon on her own because she's awesome. And she really recommended Hoka's. I've heard mixed reviews about On Cloud. I've heard good things about Brooks running shoes. So like, if you have a shoe preference, please let me know. Also, keeping in mind, like, I'm a new runner, keeping in mind that I deal with shin pain, and that, you know, I weigh about 162 pounds and I'm about 5'6". Maybe you have a shoe recommendation for me because I don't know what shoes are best. I just am kind of learning as I go, which I think is beautiful, and there is such magic in that. And I'm so grateful that I get to do this. I'm so grateful that my body allows me to do this. You know, there have been times in my life where my body would not allow me to be as physical as I wanted to. I have like struggled with, I do have an inhaler. Things like heat can make me asthmatic, and I have to take my inhaler when I get really hot. So even though I rarely take my inhaler, it's still something that, like, I carry it with me to the gym all the time. Every time I go to the gym, I have my inhaler with me because I know that something could happen. I'm just super grateful that, like, my body lets me do this, and I'm so grateful for the opportunity to, like, learn and get better, and I'm really enjoying it. So I don't know. I look forward to learning from you out there if you have a comment or a recommendation to leave for me.
I did it. I did it. 2 miles, no stopping. I have a little left in the tank if I had to. Oh, I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I'm filming this just a few days after I film my other clips. I haven't edited that video yet. I'm excited to sneak this in at the end.
That is all for now. Thank you so much for watching. I am so excited to keep you updated on my journey. I've been posting a few things on TikTok, but I really wanted to make this like a dedicated video on YouTube because I want YouTube to be my main platform. I'm like trying to be a YouTuber. I am a YouTuber, ooh. Yeah, so thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting this channel. Thank you for supporting me as a teacher. I really appreciate it. I'll keep you posted. See you out there.